Hey guys, welcome to the Eternal Quest Tarot and welcome to today's reading. For this pick-a-pile reading, we are going to be looking at your person's thoughts and feelings towards you at this time. And all my tarot readings are meant to be timeless. So at this time would mean whenever you find this reading, that's when it is intended to resonate with you. So you need not bother checking the upload date for this video. Whenever you find it is when it is meant to be good for. And a little bit on the structure of this reading. For each of these piles, I'm going to start with an energy check-in, and the question that I will be exploring in that energy check-in would be, what are your feelings towards the person right now? How do you see them? What you feel about the situation, the connection between the two of you, and how do you view this person? And if that energy check-in resonates with you, that should be an indicator that you have chosen the right pile. Otherwise, feel free to select another pile. I am intending to keep these messages for love connections. So somebody you are romantically either involved with right now or were involved in the past. And that's the intention. But of course, like if you do use this reading for any other type of connection, then you will just have to tweak the messages accordingly. So keep that in mind. What else? Yeah, I guess that's about it. Let's go into the pile selection. I have 3 piles as always to choose from. The first pile is this black obsidian crystal with this card. It says passion flower with the keywords exuberant quietude. So that's for pile 1. For pile 2, I have the burnt orange fire and ice crystal with this card, forbidden fruit, and it's for apple. So that's for pile 2. For pile 3, I have the white scolecite crystal with this card, daisy, and the keywords are be yourself. So that is for pile 3. Pause the video if you need some more time. Timestamps to the readings will be in the description box below, and I guess I'll see you at your reading. Hi pile 1, so if you chose the black obsidian crystal and the passion flower card, it says exuberant quietude, this is your reading. So I'll go into the meaning of this card and what it energetically implies when I go into your reading about your person's thoughts and feelings towards you. But first, let's get the energy check-in out of the way, okay? And this energy check-in is looking at your feelings about your person, or your feelings about the situation, the connection that is between the two of you, and what you kind of feel right now at this moment. Let this energy check-in be an indicator of whether you have selected the right pile, or maybe you need to go and select some other pile within this reading. So we are starting with the 5 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, you have the reversed 4 of Swords, and bottom of the deck energy was the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so I kind of feel like, I'm going to start with the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like some sort of commitment or furthering things in this connection seems to be the central issue here. And also, I feel like what you see within your person and what you feel about where they are at, this person might not have given you any kind of clarity or any kind of commitment as yet in this relationship. Okay, their energy is coming up as the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands can be a very non-committal energy. The Knight of Wands can be potentially very attractive, and we have Five of Wands and Knight of Wands, so fire energy, a lot of fire energy within this person. So fire signs could be important, but we also have Two of Swords and the Four of Swords. So maybe air signs might also be important, but not necessarily. That's not always the case in my experience. But what's important is that you find this person like really dynamic, really like attractive, okay? But at the same time, it's like you know that this person is not yet in a commitment with you, and there is no guarantee how this relationship is going to pan out or whether this situation is going to lead to a commitment. I am getting both energies of, you know, someone who's simply like crushing on this person. Maybe you like them a lot, and there has been no conversation about how you both feel. There is a possibility that, you know, it is that type of a connection and that's the place where it's at right now. But it's also possible that this is something that you have been in a relationship of sorts or a situationship with this person, and kind of hoping and waiting for some sort of a new beginning or for things to solidify, to ground themselves. Ace of Pentacles is representative of that, you know, grounding of this relationship's energy. But at this time, it feels like this person is not available for that, okay? And that could be because you might think that the person is terribly confused, conflicted over this relationship. This conflict could also be coming from certain other areas of their lives that are not kind of in alignment right now, which simply like makes them unavailable and not ready for commitment, not ready to give you like what you desire. And there also could be like mental confusion. Also, I feel like some of you might view this person as being somewhat immature when it comes to understanding themselves and knowing what they truly want. They might be at that exploration stage of life where they're just chasing one goal after the other without taking any kind of like break from it, and remaining in this state of Two of Swords, not knowing what they want. So there might be some of that coming in as well. And this person is really, one of the things I feel like that might be going on in this connection is the Four of Pentacles energy, which is this person is really holding back from, you know, getting more emotionally attached or giving more of themselves or opening the doors and inviting you in their life. Somehow they're holding back. And I feel like Four of Pentacles, it typically talks about some sort of a fear, which could be anything, and it might be different things coming from so many different people that are watching this reading right now. That's the nature of general readings. But I feel like intuitively there's a part of you that might know that this person is literally scared of commitment or literally scared of taking that next step in making this connection more than what it is right now, okay? So there's this unreliable, flighty kind of temperament that's coming up in this read, and something that you see and you view your person as. And you might also be in a place where you are really tired and exhausted of like trying to figure out, you know, what the deal is. Like, what's the deal with this person? What do they really want from this connection? What are they looking for? So you might have spent some time in the past really deeply thinking about this connection and where it's headed. But I feel like facing this kind of resistance and facing this kind of like blockage coming from your person, whether it's like the inner conflict that they have, or whether it is like their own immaturity, their own inability to understand and see things clearly, you might be getting like really tired of figuring out and attempting to like really understand this situation. So at this point of time, you might be either like looking for guidance, which I hope that you do receive from this tarot reading. And if this energy check-in did resonate so far, most of it at least, if not all of it, then you are at the right pile. So you might be looking either for guidance or some sort of insight or anything else like movement, some kind of movement of coming from this person, or some kind of sign, indicator of, you know, again, the future of this connection, where this is headed, so that you can be at peace, or you can make a decision, or what have you, in this relationship. So let's clarify these energies a little bit and get some more insight. What are your thoughts and feelings towards this person or this relationship? What is your experience of it so far? We have the Six of Cups, clarifying the Five of Wands. And we have the Three of Cups, clarifying the Two of Swords. We have the Eight of Wands, clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Swords, clarifying the Nine of Wands. We have Death, clarifying the Four of Swords. Okay, so yeah, this seems to be like a situation in which things are really confusing and they are kind of stuck. And I feel like you do see the flaws of your person with the Eight of Swords energy, clarifying that. And the Eight of Swords is sort of that place which I like to call a mental prison. So this is all about, you know, our limiting thoughts, our limiting beliefs, and the negative parts of our mind, the naysaying parts of our minds that do not allow us to do whatever it is that we want to do, or whatever it is that we hope to do. So anything that kind of hinders our plans and kind of puts a wrench, so to speak, in our future plans. And I feel like you know that this person, there is a serious problem with the way they think and the way they are processing things right now, maybe even how they are viewing you, or they are viewing the relationship or the situation around, the circumstances around this connection. You might be aware that this person is seeing a lot of problems, potential problems maybe, and you might be in disagreement with them, of course. It could be something that you both don't agree on, you both don't see eye to eye. And again, like I said, the central thing is things not going forward. With the Eight of Wands energy, like, you want to see movement here, you want to see some sense of like action or decision, or you know, you might be waiting to hear from this person as well. So with this energy, I'm also getting like this could be someone from your past, because we also have the Six of Cups energy, and we have like waiting for movement or messages. So this could be like someone that you are not in contact with anymore. So I'm getting, you know, either like loving someone from afar, or in a relationship right now, and also no contact situation depending on what is going on. We also have the death energy, so that could be, you might have parted ways and ended things for now. With the Six of Cups energy, again, getting the energy of someone from your past, and not being able to let go of that nostalgia or the feelings that you have for them, and perhaps they find it challenging too, because there are a lot of like good and sweet memories that you have built with this person, and you've shared good times with them. But again, I feel like there's a mismatch in how they are looking at things and how you are assessing it or sort of experiencing it, okay? And Two of Swords again with the Three of Cups. So this is, I think, conflict between whether we are going to remain casual, or is this going to go and become something more serious, okay? And with the Death energy clarifying the Four of Swords, I feel like for now, you might have even taken a step back from this person, okay? Literally not knowing what to do, and, not understanding like what drives this person, or like what their intentions are for the future, what they're planning, what they're thinking, and what they really want. Like, what do they really want from you? Not knowing that, it could be that this might have reached sort of like a ending of sorts from your side, and you might be almost, I want to say, like losing hope about this person and about this connection, but at the same time there's a part of you that's unable to let this person go, because we have this hope of something changing and things moving forward, okay? So if that resonates with you, if most of it resonated with you, then stick around. You are at the right pile, and we are going to go into looking at your person's energy. But first, the energy of this card, exuberant quietude. Actually, this is very reminds me of the type of like energies that we talked about right now, which is not knowing what to do. So withdrawing your energy from something, going within, and then hoping for some kind of progress to come out of that stillness, okay, the stillness within you. So I feel like at this point of time, you might have withdrawn your energy somewhat, or you might have come to a level of acceptance of the way things are, and maybe you're not doing much externally, that is, and in sort of a way that can be demonstrated. But at the same time, the exuberance, there is still that spark of life inside. There's still expectations. There's still hope underneath it all. And there's still that desire to expand and grow. So it's very similar to what I found with the energy check-in portion. And we'll see how this resonates with the rest of the reading, and we'll see if your person matches that energy, if they feel the same way, or if they're thinking and feeling something different here. So let's go into looking at your person's honest thoughts and feelings towards you. Sorry, I do take jumper cards, but not when I drop like a whole bunch of them. That's just me being clumsy, and I hope you will excuse that. So let's look at what is your person thinking and feeling towards you, thinking about this connection, and whatever insight needs to come in about whatever it is in their energy that's relevant and you should know. So we are starting with the Three of Wands. How is your person feeling? What are they thinking right now for you and for this connection? Pile one again. I dropped a whole bunch of cards. I'm so sorry, guys. There we go. I'm going to be a little more careful with my shuffling. Then we have the Empress energy, okay. So two very positive cards, actually. And I love that, when that happens, because this is literally something that you might not know. Then we have the Nine of Swords, okay. I'm going to move this to the side here because I'm going to draw 5 cards in total, and I do need space. Okay. How is your person feeling and thinking towards you? Pile 1. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Emperor in reversed. Okay. So right off the bat, I'm going to say that, your person is still, no matter what situation you are in with them right now, your person is still very attracted to you with that Empress energy, okay? The Empress is somebody who is highly attractive to potential partners, and they know, and I think they really see how worthy you are of getting everything that you desire, and how just what an amazing, loving, giving person you have been towards this relation, or towards this other human in this connection, and towards this connection as well, the relationship in general. So there's a lot of admiration, there's a lot of love actually that is coming up as how they view you. But we have the Emperor too, okay? There's a sense this person doesn't feel like they are good enough for you, okay? Or they cannot meet you at your level. That kind of a vibe I'm getting. However, I feel like underneath, this feeling of they lack something, or they can't match your vibe, or they're not at the level. I feel like this person really wants things to work out with you, okay? And they already might have been quite patient with this, or they are at least planning and hoping to be patient. And we're going to take clarifying cards, so that will kind of tell me what this patience and the bigger context, or the larger context of this patience energy. But I feel like there's a willingness to keep investing in this connection, or keep you in their lives somehow. I think that this person doesn't really want to let go of you, okay? And whether they have told you or not, I feel like they seriously do hope that at some point in the future, they can, in the truest sense, involve you or partner up with you, and create a life from there. So in terms of their, how they view their future, I feel like you are still a very big part of it. And that's because, like I said, they have a really high opinion of you. You might actually intimidate this person a little bit, which is coming from the Nine of Swords energy. I mean, they're literally going holy shit, how does pile 1 really even like me, or why is pile 1 even interested in me, okay? And of course there are these feelings coming from the reversed Emperor, which are not feeling good enough. They might also have problems around their own self-worth, and it also could be that the circumstances in their life right now, with the other things that are going on in their lives, they might not feel like they are free enough, or they are ready enough to call the shots, so to speak, when it comes to relationship or love in general, and go and claim a partner, you going up to you and saying, you know, hey, I want to do this, and like, I want you in my life, and, you know, let's get, you know, serious about, like, look at things seriously, let's even get married, or bring something to the table that is substantial and that will make them feel like they deserve you. There's really this feeling of like, I don't deserve my pile one person yet, which of course could be just their like viewpoint. And we also have the you know, emotional immaturity that you probably intuitively know about, but there's certainly a process of this, not process, sorry, there is a need for this person to go through the process of stepping into their own power. I feel like this person is not in their own power, okay, at this point of time. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it also could be that they are involved in many different things, many different projects all at the same time, and they are sort of waiting for life to change, something to change for them to feel more sure about, or not sure about you. I feel like they already like have enough like attraction, and as I said, they view you in an absolutely fantastic, fabulous light. So that's already there, and they, if they were to, or if they ever get to a place, or if they would have been in that place right now where they felt like they were able to choose a partner, it would be you. Okay, but for whatever reason, and whatever it is that is making your person feel like now is not the right time, I still feel like they hope that in the future they want, basically they don't want to let you go anywhere, and they, if they have, they're seriously thinking of a comeback. And I feel like if this is talking about a no contact, now this is only for people who are not in contact, I feel like you and thoughts about you and this relationship, it still weighs heavily on this person's mind. I mean, you're still not out of their energy at all. And in fact, I feel like with the stress and anxiety, they might be worrying about like you having found somebody else, I feel like, because again, like I said, they feel like you are such a fantastic person, which I'm sure you are, but they feel like you certainly would have many more options than they ever can get. That this is their thought, okay? This is not my opinion. So they're like, pile one can easily have whoever or whomever she chooses to be with. Why would they want to take me back? And if I go back, am I going to ruin things? So there's this stress, I feel like, of even like approaching you or doing something about this connection. With the Three of Wands energy, again, for no contact people, the dialogue continues. I feel like your person is either close to or getting ready to make a comeback. They might still be like super stressed out about it. But now I feel like this person is feeling more stable in their energy for no contact people, okay? And again, seriously considering making a reappearance in your life. I really get that. For others of you, I feel like there's this true intention of, you know, wanting some sort of a future with you, a stable relationship with you. So let's clarify each of these cards and get more insight and context to each of these energies. Excuse me, I just need a sip of water. Okay, so what is the Three of Wands for pile one's person? What's the Three of Wands energy? We have, whoops, I drew two cards. Okay. We have the Hierophant and the World. Okay, look at that. So, again, this is, you know, I feel like with the World energy, this person is wanting to literally offer you the world, okay? And I feel like they really want to see themselves first as being capable and ready to offer, as I said, offer the world to you. And I'm really, again, getting this feeling that this person might be telling themselves that you deserve nothing less than the world, and they might be even getting close to realizing that you are it, you are the one. Hierophant is also about commitment, long-term relationships, so things like marriage or whatever represents a long-term commitment for you. So making that kind of an offer, that's definitely on their minds. But again, there is that energy of putting you on a pedestal, and I feel like this person wants to rise up and meet you at your level. Again, those are the words that keep coming to my mind. So what is this Empress energy here? Let's get context for the Empress energy. We have the Lovers in reverse. Again, oh my God, this person, well, the Lovers is all about, you know, feeling a very deep connection to someone. And I feel like, you know, we know that this person doesn't feel like they are a good match for you for whatever reason, like they are lacking in some ways. And so I feel like there is still a part of them that believes that narrative, if you will, and believes, you know, the stories that they might be telling themselves about your expectations or what you would want from a relationship. And in the past, it's possible, or, you know, whatever history you have had with this person, they might be aware. Excuse me, I'll just take a sip of water again. By the way, I am battling a cold. That's why my voice sounds all nasally. I had all the classic flu symptoms up until like 2 days ago, so that's why my voice is a little raspy. But thank you for bearing with me and understanding that. But as I was saying, coming back to the reverse Lovers energy, in the past or whatever history you have shared, I feel like this person views that as, or whatever they did or did not do, they know that they have somehow disappointed you, okay? And that itself could be one of the things that they are feeling blocked about. Or they also might, another thing that I'm getting, they also might, you know, because of their own insecurities and not feeling like good enough for you, they might also be, you know, seeing this as a match between unequals and kind of questioning and wondering, like, how are we even gonna work, because Pile 1 is just so fabulous and look at me, there's so many things in my life that do not match those standards. But there's some worry about a real love relationship with you not being as satisfying for you and therefore for them. So again, worrying about like if they will be able to meet your expectations here is what I'm getting. Let's look at the Nine of Swords energy. And they might be heavily relying on whatever happened in the past for things to go wrong or come at a standstill between the two of you, not moving. They might be relying on those experiences, those memories, and kind of viewing them as potential blockages to the connection. We also have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So the Knight of Swords in its upright position is actually someone who is very fast acting and really is quite swift in making decisions and following the thought impulse, following whatever ideas that they have. But in the reverse position, I feel like this knight is again afraid of being reckless here and afraid of like making mistakes. Another water break, so sorry about that. So I feel like they're afraid that if they moved too fast, or if they said what they wanted to say, if they did what they wanted to do right now with you, that it would somehow be a mistake and it would ruin things even more, and make things that much more difficult between the two of you. So definitely fearful, allowing their fear, their doubts, their insecurities to hold them back from taking any action at this time. What is the Seven of Pentacles energy? Spirit, can we get the larger context for Seven of Pentacles? Oops. Sorry, two cards were stuck to each other. We have the Five of Cups, and there was this card that was stuck to it, so I'm going to take it. We have the Six of Cups as well. So the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups is all about sweet, nostalgic feelings, memories about you, thinking about you. So as I said, that you have definitely not left this person's energy, and you're definitely on their mind. But with the Five of Cups energy, I feel like, you know, what they're worried about, even though like they don't want to let you go, and they hope and pray that, you know, there is always an opportunity for them to come back. I feel like this person, as time is passing, they are quickly losing hope, and there's somewhat of a negative mindset when it comes to how they view the future of this connection. Like I said, this person is more prone to listen to their naysaying mind, the negative sides of the negative side of their mind, and kind of like be stuck in that place where they are focused more on what's wrong and what is lost or what cannot be, rather than looking at the potential. Okay, so that keeps them perpetually in that state of, you know, not taking action, of course, but also being like dysfunctionally patient, and what's the word, like passive about things, and kind of hope that as time goes by, you know, the other things in their life improve, or circumstances improve, or what have you. Like they're looking for an easy way out, I feel like, and by telling themselves that, you know, life will show me, and I definitely don't feel like things are going to work out really great if I did something which will count as making an advancement in this connection. So I feel a very defeatist kind of attitude actually from this person, and this could very well to be everything to do with their own insecurities. This person is really insecure in life, I feel like. So what is the larger context for the reverse Emperor energy? What's the larger context for the reverse Emperor energy for pile one's person? Why do they feel like the reverse Emperor? Let's see. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm getting a couple of messages. I feel like this person has been through a lot, okay, lots of ups and downs in their lives, a lot of struggles is what I'm getting. Maybe even have gone through a bout of bad luck, or a phase where everything was going wrong and things were not really like working from them, and some of them might still be stuck in that phase where, you know, that itself, like the circumstances of our life, can really make us feel disempowered, and that's the energy I'm getting from this Emperor. They might be at this point of time needing more time to go by and for them to feel a little bit better. So I feel like Spirit is showing us that before this person can even act on, you know, making any kind of advancements in this relationship, in this connection, before making an offer to you about something that would make this relationship more stable, more permanent, there needs to be some time that passes, because I feel like this person really needs more time. Bottom of the deck, look at that. We have the Knight of Cups, and I'm also noticing the Ace of Cups. So there is no shortage of love here, okay? Feeling emotional about you, having feelings for you, feeling love. The Knight of Cups is a very like romantic energy, very loving and very romantic energy. But the Knight of Cups, along with like the Knight of Pentacles, they're not really one to rush into things and act very fast. So even though there are emotions, okay, this person might have even very recently realized how much they truly love you and how much they really want this to work for the long-term future. But I feel like the biggest message here is a question of the wheel of time turning, and this person, first of all, getting to a better place and getting out of this reversed Emperor energy, which is not feeling confident at all within themselves. So a lot of feelings, but a chronic loss of confidence. Let's take a look at your oracle cards to get some insight. So Spirit, can you tell us more about this person's energy? If I have to sum up this reading, excuse me once again, if I have to sum up this reading, I would say, you know, lack of confidence in their own ability to manifest this connection is something that very rightly summarizes the read for me. But let's look at that. We have the energy of death with release. Something either has to like literally change within this person. Like I really feel like there is a process of transformation which includes not only healing but also of release, okay? Letting go, and this letting go could be of everything that really binds this person. I feel like this person hides behind, or not like consciously doing that, but there's something which hinders within themselves, that is, which hinders the progress that they truly want to make. And if you can see in the image, what's standing out to me is how this person is tearing apart that robe and their true light, their true self, emerging from it. So I feel like this person, through the process, the complex process of transformation, which includes healing and release, really needs to change their state of being somehow in order to be like really available to you and available to this connection and be able to see things for what they are between the two of you. Look at that. We have healing begins. So this person is going through healing, definitely, and what that might be will look different for each one of you watching this reading. And I kind of feel like the details of the story are not so important, but what's important here is to acknowledge that this person is still kind of aligning to a better version of themselves, and they're not there yet, I feel like. Then we have clarity of belief, Ace of Swords. Yeah, getting very clear and understanding things clearly understanding themselves and knowing what they want. Again, lack of clarity, because they don't have the mental clarity. If they don't have the mental clarity, or if not just they, if anyone doesn't have the mental clarity, then it's very difficult to execute the plans, because there are no plans. There is no clarity. You don't know for sure, nothing. So there's a need for some of that. Then we have challenging times. So again, this person might be going through certain challenges in other areas of their lives. I was getting that energy. from your energy check-in, and you might be aware of it, that this person is struggling or like has too many things going on. And I also feel like there's somehow a need to prove themselves to others, to the world, or what have you. I feel like this person really wants to become stronger, but they might not be there. But this challenging time, I feel like, is eventually going to add to their character strength almost, okay? Reminds me of like the immaturity somewhat that this person has displayed from time to time. Again, something that you might be aware of. And we also have the Chariot energy. Look at that. So the Chariot is all about really, getting very confident and self-assured about the future and being able to actually drive your life, being in at the driver's seat of your life, and being able to lead the way and execute the plans, understand what you truly want and go after those desires. Bottom of the deck, we have Master. Look at that. So being able to master their own feelings, their own hearts. This is the Devil energy, by the way. And the Devil can talk about, again, our insecurities and anxieties and everything that hinders our progress and puts a wrench in the plans that we have. But the main reason is that we believe that we don't have the power to free ourselves from that Devil energy. That's the Devil's greatest illusion. But I feel like this person needs to understand that they're not really stuck, really truly stuck, and they really have the power to free themselves. And I feel like, in time, this person is going to step into that kind of power, okay? And this seems to be a very unconscious process. I don't feel like they're consciously, like, even working on, fixing the reversed Emperor stage that they are stuck in. But thankfully, life is guiding them to this. However, I don't want to imply that I'm asking you to wait around for this person. I would never ask you to put your life on hold or stick around and wait for someone. That should be your inner intuitive feeling. Like, what do you feel like doing in this situation? And of course, that will depend on the intensity of your emotions. Okay, so let's look at some more oracle cards. What is your person's energy towards you, their thoughts and feelings about you and about the relationship right now? Pile 1. Oops. We have this beautiful card, and it says, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities of your life. I'm going to put this card here because it really talks about, having a vision, creation, and also being able to look at your unwanted thoughts, your limiting beliefs, and being able to free yourself off of that. And with this card, what I feel like your person, as I said, might be working up to arriving at this empowered place where they really understand that they always have a choice, even when it comes to selecting the thoughts they want to focus on and the ones that they want to ignore, okay? And, instead of seeing potential problems, as this person seems to be stuck in the kind of negative mind space, they might even be battling some mental health issues around depression, anxiety. So I feel like once that is healed, this person is going to move into this new place and maybe then be able to see this relationship as a possibility, okay? Then we have friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So with this energy, I kind of feel like A1, this person doesn't want A1. This person doesn't want to let you go, like even having you in a friend capacity, if that is a possibility and if that is what is going on between the two of you right now, this might resonate with some of you, but not all of you. I feel like they appreciate that and they find that equation very manageable and doable at this time, okay? And then it's kind of like, you know, allowing for the friendship to blossom into something more. So if you are in a friendship with this connection, it's worth considering remaining in that state if you do desire to do that. Of course, like you don't have to at all, because if you're ready for like a long-term committed relationship, then you know, you do you, move on from this person. But if you are willing to offer your friendship, then know that it can be one of those avenues out of which, you know, newer things grow and things improve between the two of you. So that's coming up as a potential possibility here. And definitely if like given a choice, this person would at least have you around as a friend, because you know, your energy came up as the Empress energy. I feel like the care, the nurture, the love that you show towards this person is much appreciated. So we also have this beautiful card with criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Another message, I feel like, for the two of you, but definitely for you to consider. Of course, you don't have to take it, but not criticizing someone for the place they are at is really demonstrating a deep level of friendship and empathy and understanding, you know, where this person is coming from and what their personal struggles and challenges might be right now at this point of time, and really understanding that maybe this is something, or this level where your person is at is what they can offer. And if you love and accept them, if you can do that for where they are at, Spirit is showing us that there is a possibility that that will lead to transformation for this connection, even transform your person, I feel like, because when we are at the receptive end of criticism, or when we continually feel like we are disappointing someone, if they do catch that, which I feel like they do, at times, even with the Nine of Swords and Nine of Swords energy, Nine of Swords and reversed Nine of Swords energy. So if that has happened and that has been a part of your history, maybe letting go of that and just accepting, again, if you want to do it, not if you have lost your patience with this already, but if you are able to, it's gonna help heal this relationship and even your person, I feel like, because we are all looking for acceptance, you know, at the end of the day. And acceptance and love can be powerfully healing, believe it or not. So we have this card with time. You're trying too hard, give it time. So kind of got that from your energy check-in, that you might have really like been patient with this person, spend a lot of time like thinking about it. But I feel like most of you, if not all of you, are not really like investing so much of your time and energy right now. So, but if you are, there you go. Stop trying and allow things to be, accept things where they are right now. Bottom of the deck, we have new beginning. A new adventure awaits, embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So this could be either like some sort of a new beginning in this connection for some of you, or it could be just a new beginning in life. But the main message here is to not like really put in active efforts or like try to control the situation and go with the flow. If you are being led to a new beginning away from this person, then I feel like you should take it and see where it goes. Okay, so let's get one last oracle deck. We are already at the 15-minute point, and feel free to leave this reading if you have gotten everything that you wanted to from it at this point. But I'm just going to draw a few more cards really quickly to get an insight into what's going on. We have attraction. So yeah, I knew that with the Empress energy. Definitely finding you attractive. Like this person sees you in such a good light, pile one. really something that they're themselves surprised would ever happen to them. That kind of an energy coming from there. Unrequited love, okay, that makes sense. So what else for pile 1 as to the energy in this connection? We have pay attention to the red flags. Okay, so this is for some of you. Could be for all of you. We could all use that advice, can't we? Like, pay attention to the red flags. Like, don't romanticize too much. Be a little level-headed, practical here. And you don't have to necessarily go and fix the red flags, but be aware of what you're getting into. Codependency. So for some of you, there are those codependency issues, which to me are talking about the healing that you need to work on within yourself as well. Okay, so one last card to close off. Close off the reading. What's the energy in this connection? We have passion. So yeah, a lot of passion, sexual energy, mutual attraction between the two of you, which kind of messes up things a little bit and makes it a little difficult to let go of each other. But pay attention to the red flags, and again, like, don't think of this person as, you know, the only or the last option on earth for you. And again, let the voice from within be the guide in this case. I want to say, as to like what you want to do, whether you want to wait for this person. Ask yourself if you love and accept them unconditionally. And if not, if life is guiding you to something else, that is completely okay and equally good as well. Okay, so none of those options are worse or better than one another. That's the key thing to understand here. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, pile 1. That is all I have for you. I sincerely hope that the reading helped you. If it did, consider leaving this video a like and also subscribing and staying back for more future readings to come. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi pile 2, so this is for those of you that resonated with the burnt orange fire and ice crystal and this card, the forbidden fruit with the apple. Now I usually go into the meaning of this card and what kind of energy it represents, but for this one I feel like it's a fairly common idea or a symbol, apples being the symbol of forbidden fruit. I think they are referring to the Adam and Eve story from the Bible, but this represents something that is forbidden. So maybe the connection itself might feel like it's forbidden, or the feelings are, or maybe you are forbidding something from yourself within this situation. So since it was like fairly obvious and a very common kind of symbology, I thought I would talk about it right off the bat and not save it to after the energy check-in, which is what I did for pile 1's reading and what I intend to do for pile 3. But there we go. We are going to see how that fits into your messages. But before we go into looking at your person's thoughts and feelings, in the intro, which if you skipped or missed, I said that I'm going to start with an energy check-in, and that's what we are going to do now. And this energy check-in will be looking at how you are experiencing this connection. So basically looking at your thoughts and feelings towards your person, or about the connection, about the situation that you are in right now and where the connection is at. And let this energy check-in serve as an indicator to you whether you have selected the right pile or whether you should be looking at a different pile maybe. So for this one, we are starting with the Sun. These are your feelings, thoughts, emotions towards your person. Then we have the Temperance energy. We have the Hermit. Then we have the Five of Wands. Then we have the Knight of Swords, and the bottom of the deck energy was the Queen of Swords. Okay. So I'm going to start with the Sun, where we got the tarot reading started, and look at this. Look at, this image here. First of all, Sun represents, happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of fulfillment. So I feel like this relationship does provide you with some of that. There is the energy of like feeling really happy with the other person, but we have two hands that are joining to make a heart. So person one, and this is of course like somebody else's hand. So there might also be a feeling of that the other person completes you, okay? And they somehow like bring this joy into your life. It's possible that you might believe or perceive your life to be otherwise, lacking that kind of pure joy, pure excitement, pure feelings of bliss. And I feel like you might view this connection or this person as somebody who brings that into your life and therefore completes your experience or completes you in some ways, in more ways than one, okay? Then we have the Temperance energy, and I'm noticing how, there's a dark side here and then there's a light side. So this could represent, both of you mirroring each other, both of you kind of exposing, I guess. They bring out or they make you aware of the darkness within you, but at the same time, they bring in a lot of light. There are a lot of like positive emotions, but at the same time, this experience or this relationship is something that also makes you look at your shadow aspects, okay? There's also this vibe of opposites attracting each other. So this might be someone who you would traditionally maybe not like connect with, but somehow through this relationship you have discovered that it's possible to fall in love or have feelings or find happiness with someone who looks nothing like your ideal partner, okay? With Temperance, there's also this feeling of tempering your emotions, or sort of an internal state of, exercising some control over your emotions, trying to be more balanced when it comes to your approach in this relationship or how you think and feel about it, okay? So there's some of that as well. With the Hermit energy, and I'm noticing how you have like the 3 major arcana cards, and for me these talk about like the really big major themes in this connection. So already, like, if this is not making sense and whatever I just described is like, no, it's not sounding like how I feel towards this person or about this relationship, then you're probably in the wrong pile. With the Hermit energy, there are a couple of messages that I'm getting. It could be that, everything is under the wraps right now, that you and your person are not really vocal about your feelings. This could be somebody you are attracted to, but from far, okay? And you might either identify that there's a lot of like conflicting energy within them, or you might feel very conflicted when it comes to this relationship or when it comes to this person, like not knowing what to do and not understanding like what would be the right action, whether to do something or not do something, or say something or not. So there could be some of that. But another message that I'm getting, that maybe for the both of you, this relationship, if you are in a relationship right now, it's kind of like that energy of forbidden fruit, that maybe things are under the wraps, or you guys keep your relationship hidden somehow from other people, and this could be because like both of you potentially know that revealing about your relationship or your connection with each other could be potentially damaging. So there's something that is, hidden, and something that is kept under the wraps. And another message that I'm getting is that, there might not be that much of an avenue within this relationship to really talk about how you feel. I mean, I love this Hermit image where we have somebody that's sitting in what looks like a bathtub and just smoking. So kind of deep contemplation, thinking, processing your feelings, and just being with yourself and, having to deal with your inner world in a way by yourself without having the input from the other person or assistance, or like I said, there's no sharing. So one of those messages might resonate, or maybe all three make sense for this connection. The Knight of Swords is, I feel like, how you view your person. So there might be a part of you that's quite aware that this person has a very non-committal energy in this relationship. Knight of Swords is typically in a love and relationship reading. It represents someone who is more likely to not commit and basically just sort of living in the moment and for fun almost, but not really serious about either their emotions. They might even lack that emotional depth when it comes to this relationship with you, or they might not be taking it as seriously as you would like them to be. And maybe you're okay with that, but maybe that is one of the issues and concerns here, and that is the reason why you're watching this reading maybe. But it could be something that you feel neutral about. The bottom of the deck energy was the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords in the tarot, again, a couple of messages from this card. The Queen of Swords is typically the energy of someone who has gone through a lot of pain. She or he, of course, has learned a lot of lessons in life, a lot of painful lessons in the area of love and relationships, since we are talking about a love connection here. And she's really, in this image, what I like is she's clutching, either it's a book or something, very close to her heart. So this could be talking about you being fearful of getting hurt, of, repeating maybe a scenario in the past that has hurt you. So you might be feeling worried about that. There's a little bit of worry and fear kind of energy that I'm getting from this image, from this particular rendition of the Queen of Swords. But this could also be someone who's, again, like I said, a clandestine energy, really, holding your cards very close to your bosom and not revealing much. So you might be not revealing much in terms of your feelings and emotions in this connection, or even sharing that with your person. And I feel with the Knight of Swords energy, if this is exactly how you see them, there also could be a level of immaturity I'm noticing, or which is a part of the Knight of Swords energy. So it's worth a mention here that this person might be a little immature, so you might not feel it's safe to talk to them about these deep and serious thoughts and emotions that you're feeling. And you're trying to remain, I feel pretty detached from this, but at the same time I feel those emotions weigh heavy on you. Okay, it might not be easy remaining detached in this conundrum that you find yourself in this confusing situation, in this relationship. And again, there might be this conflict within you as to understanding, what's going on, or what should be the right thing to do here, what should be your next steps, or what is permitted to say and do and whatnot. In terms of expectations, I feel there's a huge mismatch or a gap between the two of you, even though these feelings of, the happiness and the joy, they might be mutual. And I can totally see the Knight of Swords type of person being very much present and right there when it comes to happiness or joy, even though it's quite momentary for the Knight of Swords. Okay, so whatever your reason might be to watch this reading, I sincerely hope that it does provide you with the guidance and the clarity that you're looking for. And like I said, with this energy check-in, if this did not resonate, then it's not your pile. But if it did, let's get some clarifying cards for each of these energies here. So what's the Sun energy for pile 1? And I think I'm going to draw all the clarifying cards before I talk about them. So bear with me. Thank you for your patience. We have the Four of Cups. I feel like somehow this person is helping you either come out of a dark, depressive phase that you might be going through or have experienced in the recent past. As I said, maybe this joy and happiness and lightheartedness, which is the energy of the sun, it might be something that was lacking in your life, or you saw it as something that was missing before you met this person, and somehow, you know, them coming into your life is like providing you with that missing piece. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I do feel like, if not all of you, most of you do want some kind of like stability, and at least there's a hope. I feel like that this relationship leads to something more stable. There's a hope that it grows from the point that you guys are at right now. We have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, so there's a lot of secrecy, but not in any kind of like malicious sort of a way, and not like wanting to hide, I feel like, but there's something which makes you feel like you need to still defend your energy or protect your energy in some way, and so there's a large part of it that remains withdrawn. And we have the Death. Okay, so this could be like, the conflict could be about, you know, carrying on with this person or ending things and not understanding what would be the right move. You guys might be wondering, like, how much time do I have with this person before it's literally like time up, as is the case with parking meters. And the Death card is, you know, portrayed in that way. So we have Six of Cups for the Knight of Swords energy. Yeah, so whoops, sorry, as I was thinking about what the Six of Cups is telling me, actually I think I want a little bit clarification here. What's the Six of Cups energy? Because the Six of Cups energy can talk about nostalgia, but it can also talk about, you know, us feeling triggered, and particularly what gets triggered is our wounding, our, you know, attachment issues, which typically come from childhood. So there is something that happened when you were a child, or you were like in your innocent, kind of in your innocence stage of life, and this person might be triggering those wounds. But let's see what exactly is this Six of Cups about. We have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands, clarifying the Six of Cups. I feel like how you see this relationship and how they see, there is a difference here, and this is something that you might be aware of. You might view your person as continuing on in this connection because it's somehow like sort of an ego boost. I hate to say, but you know, the Six of Wands has that energy of something being an ego boost, and there's an element of the ego being involved, whereas for you, you might be wanting like a deeper connection with this person and wondering whether that would be possible. Okay, so yeah, that is the energy check-in, and stay for the reading. You're in the right pile if most of it, if not all of it, because after all, this is a general reading, so not all the information will typically resonate. Where's my tarot? Oh, there it is. Couldn't find it for a second there. So now we are going to go into your person's thoughts and feelings, and we are going to see if they have the exact same thoughts, if they're on the same page, or if they are thinking and feeling something that is absolutely different. So How is your person feeling towards you and the connection? Oh, whoops. And the connection with you, pile 2. How is your person? We have the 3 of Wands, okay. How is your person feeling towards you, pile 2? What are their honest thoughts and feelings about this relationship or about you? We have the Sun. There's definitely a lot of like mutual happiness that really needs to be acknowledged here. So just as you feel happy with this person in their presence, it's fairly obvious and very much true that they feel the same. So in regards to that, you're exactly on the same page. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. How is your person feeling towards you right now? Pile 2. We have Death. How is your person feeling towards you? And we have the reversed Tower energy. Okay. So I kind of feel like, you know, this person, there's a part of them that realizes that, first of all, I want to say that they don't want things to end. They definitely want to continue, you know, connecting with you and having you around in their lives for the foreseeable future, or for however long this connection will go on, okay? And towards that, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune energy is quite a good representation. First of all, they might kind of feel like this is a fated connection, and this is something that it has the energy of something that happened just by chance, or, you know, sheer luck is how they are viewing it, but also something that is an integral part of them learning lessons through this connection. This person is really learning a lot, I feel like, through their internal like assessment of it or how they process it, but this is really assisting or contributing towards this person's growth and transformation. But what I'm getting is that there are certain things about this relationship that this person has realized, which kind of makes them, or they know in the hearts of their hearts, that at some point of time this connection is going to end. They are not hoping that it would, okay? I'm not saying that they're planning it, but they kind of feel like it's going to end at some point of time. But it's almost like this person doesn't want it to end and wants to delay that happening, that eventuality, if you will, for as long as possible. We are going to get clarifying cards, but the reverse Tower energy is, you know, not being able to like let go, even though like things are falling apart. So there might be certain things from this person's point of view that are not working here, okay? But because there's a lot of happiness and because there's a lot of joy with that Sun energy, something that probably even lifts their spirit just as it does for you, and makes them happy and truly like brings in a feeling of contentment and fulfillment. It's almost like, not acknowledging the things that are going wrong or like falling apart in this relationship, which I feel like they intuitively know, or they have somewhat of a knowledge of what those things are, but they might not be admitting it to themselves, let alone talk about it. Okay, and I just noticed the candle light went out, my tiny tea light here, so let that not be a sign in any ways, pile 2, because it's just been burning since a few hours now, and that's why it's going out. So nothing to do with our reading. And yeah, let's get some clarifying cards, because I do feel like there's hope with that Three of Wands energy. So I'm really curious to get the larger context. So Spirit, can you please clarify the Three of Wands energy? But there's sadly something like that's not on solid grounds, and it's like a foundation of this relationship being shaky, is what I'm getting from the reverse tower energy. We have the Ten of Cups. Okay, so there's like a definitive like big part of them that sees this connection as potentially being something that can go on for the long term, and that they can create like a happy life with you, like an emotionally fulfilling life with you. Again, it might be something that this person has been looking for a long time, and with you they genuinely feel that emotional fulfillment. I mean, that's very sweet to see and very endearing to see, but also kind of like, there's somewhat of a pain attached to it, I feel like, because my attention keeps getting drawn to the reverse tower energy. But let's clarify the other cards, and eventually we'll get to the reverse tower. But what is the Sun energy? Can you give us more context, Spirit, please? So I dropped a few cards. I usually take jumper cards, but not when I'm clumsy like that. What is the Sun energy? We have the Three of Pentacles. For some of you, I feel like this could be a work connection, okay, or somebody like in your community, or like group of friends, or somebody that you connect with on a semi-regular basis, and in a setting where there's like a clear objective. So think like a club or a group of people who meet each other, or somebody you have met through that. So there's definitely that energy coming up here, and I feel like you guys might have I feel like even if you don't, which I don't think I can definitely say whether it's a yes or a no, but I feel like certainly thoughts about co-creating a life with you, a future, or talking about the future is something that would make this person really happy, okay? If they haven't brought up this conversation, which I feel like from the energy check-in, I feel like it hasn't been brought up, the way you make them feel and the amount of happiness that they feel with you is making them feel like, excuse me, that was a burp. Oh, I don't know where that came from, but the satisfaction and the happiness that they feel from the Sun energy, I feel like they definitely see a potential of this relationship growing into something more. So that is interesting, to say the very least. So what is this 10? Sorry, why do I keep calling it 10 of circles? 10 of wheels. But it's the Wheel of Fortune. So what's the Wheel of Fortune energy here? By the way, I sound nasally because I'm still getting over a flu here. So we have the Devil, okay. Interesting. So the devil can talk about, being stuck in a place. Now, this could be because of like our, obsessive thoughts and, firmly holding on to something. And I feel like out of all of the potential meanings that this wonderful devil energy, the devil card has, I think this is very applicable to this reading, given, the energies that we see so far. So like I said, there's a need here. I feel like with your person, they might even be doing this, like they might be doing certain things that are not so great or can potentially be looked at as dysfunctional in order to like keep you around, as I said, because they really want this connection to not go anywhere, and they want to have you around for the foreseeable future. So there are like issues around control is what I'm getting from this devil the more I connect with this card. Like really not wanting to let go, I feel like, for the foreseeable future. And despite the like changing circumstances around you or around the two of you or around your relationship, like no matter what happens, I feel like this person really doesn't want to let you go, okay? They might even get into that headspace where they might tell themselves that they will never find someone like you again. But my only concern is that that is coming from the devil's energy and not, an energy of love, for example. So this could be because of their own insecurities. This could be because of like their limiting beliefs about life, about love, how they see the possibility of love and how they see love in general. So this is problematic, even though on the outside it might look like, oh, this person doesn't want to let me go. I would take that with somewhat of a caution because, again, it's coming from that belief that, I gotta have you and I might never find anyone like you, and so I need to keep the reins of this relationship tightly held in my hand. But again, there's this attachment, like, attached to you, attached to like keeping things in a flow. Okay, so what's this death energy? And if you are in a connection that has the energy of, the forbidden fruit, like something that technically is not right or would not be right for either of you, and I mean, you can tell there could be several reasons for that, of course, then that explains the devil energy, the insecurity, and feeling like they can lose you at any point of time. So, wow, what's the death energy here? Spirit, can you please explain what the death card is all about for pile 2's person? We have the High Priestess. And let's get the card to, clarify the reversed Tower energy. So what's the reversed Tower energy here? With the High Priestess, I feel like, as I said, one of the things that I really felt is that this connection is really helping this person, through their transformative phase or, contributing to their transformation, because the energy of death is also about transformation. And I feel like how that might be playing out for your person is that it might be making them more aware of their feminine side. So the High Priestess is the side of our divine feminine, listening to our intuition, getting in touch with our feelings, following our inner guidance. And I feel like you might be demonstrating to this person either how to do that, they might be learning it from you, or just the experiences within this connection being the kind that is making them work with their feminine side a lot, with their intuition a lot. Also, I'm getting that, inevitable sort of ending to this connection is something that this person might already feel and know. But again, like I get with the devil's energy, it might be something that they are quite fearful of. We have the Four of Wands. So this is about stability, security, and actually it's about foundations. And with the reverse Tower energy, I feel like your person, again, the foundation that this connection is standing on might be shaky, like it might already be on shaky grounds. And there might be a hope or a desire to make it more stable, to kind of like flip the energy and to somehow get conditions for the connection to keep growing. So they might be working on securing that possibility. How? I do not know. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. So with the Eight of Wands, I feel like some type of changes or things changing around this connection that might be already happening, or it could be something that your person is fearful of. Okay, hold on one second, I'll be right back. Okay, so as I was saying, there might be things that are changing and shifting around you, surrounding this connection, maybe, in your life or their life, or it might be just a general fear that this person have of any kind of like big changes disrupting what you have with them. Okay. They might also be wanting to make some like drastic shifts in their life, or something that will assist them in order to, like, again, as I said, solidify this connection. So I feel like there is a lot of like circumstances like not being in your favor that's going on here, which is making them cling even more to you and to this relationship, and like harboring that hope in their heart that they can keep you around for, as I said, the unforeseeable future, or for however long life would allow. Is there something, I actually want clarification, further clarification on both the Devil and the High Priestess energy. Spirit, can you please clarify the Devil and the High Priestess energy? What's the Devil energy? We have Temperance. Interesting. So the Temperance is actually quite inward focused card, where even though this person, as I said, might be feeling kind of like, I hate to use that word, but it's almost like obsessed with you or very attracted to you, I feel like they might be working on somehow like reducing the impact of those feelings, or like best word to use here is tempering these feelings, and kind of similar to what we saw in the energy check-in with what you are doing. So trying to remain balanced and like not go crazy because of how attached they feel to you. So they might be playing it cool on the outside, I feel like. So what's this intuition with the High Priestess energy? What is their inner guidance energy? What's the divine feminine energy here? We have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this person knows that if they want to keep you around for a long time, okay, and what they desire, like not let this connection die or not let you go, they know that they have to not only like treat you better, but also do a lot more in terms of nurturing this connection, a lot more than what they have been doing up until this point, okay? So I feel like their intuition, and they might also know that they might have an inkling about the fact that you might be hoping or expecting either a long-term commitment or definitely a little bit more than what you have received so far from this person. So they might intuitively also know that there is a side of you that is not going to stick around for a long time unless, you know, they make an offer, okay? With the Eight of Wands, which is also about communication, I feel like communication is also something that this person is working up to or like wanting to have with you about this relationship, and it might be still something that has not transpired, as we saw in the energy check-in with that Hermit energy, the Hermit card. So a more open communication between the two of you, I feel like, is also coming up. Hold on, I just need a sip of water. Okay, let's get into your oracle messages to get some further insight. So yeah, they might be gearing up to like have this conversation with you about, you know, your feelings or, you know, both your perspectives on the relationship. We have the energy of rebuild. This is the Tower. For some of you, it's possible that, you know, there has been a breakup or you have gone your separate ways. And look at that, we have coming together. And if that is the case, if that, you know, version of the story resonates with you, then this is about them wanting to rekindle and rebuild the relationship because of, you know, the emotions and feelings that they have felt with you. The Two of Cups is absolutely beautiful, emotional resonance, feelings of love, you know, but there's a need for more depth here, I feel like, and a more realistic approach this time around, or going forward, whatever the case might be. And we have change your focus. I feel like this person might be in the past, you know, quite focused on the negatives and the potential, like, things that can potentially go wrong between the two of you. And I almost get the feeling like now they are at least seeking more clarity, or for some of you, they have already arrived at a more clearer vision when it comes to the future of this relationship. And if not, there's definitely like understanding that they need to be more clear in terms of, you know, what they want from this relationship. They need to be clear within themselves, within themselves, and also with you. Okay, so what are your person's thoughts and feelings? We have the throat chakra. Look at that, communication. That throat chakra might be blocked, and again, affects communication. It could also be the shared energy between the two of you, just because of the nature of this relationship. I feel like, but certain things have not been said, and they need to be said. And I feel like your person realizes that. They're definitely wanting to communicate with you, have an open conversation here, share their truths, their honest truth. Another sip of water. So what else? We also have trust. So yeah, wanting to, dive head right in without being afraid of the consequences, taking a chance on this relationship. So at bottom of the deck, we have share the love. So I feel like this person there's a true desire, which is coming across from them in wanting to take a chance, literally. Like this Fool energy is all about leaping into the unknown, taking a risk, taking a chance, maybe. Oh my god, that was so bad. Well, my voice is not really cooperating here. What's wrong? Anyways, so as I was saying with the Fool, there is that energy of wanting to take a risk. Maybe they know that they would be risking it somehow if they dove right in head first into this connection. But they are definitely willing to do that. I love that, the heart is cracking open. So this is becoming more emotionally available if they were not in the past. Okay. So definitely an energy of like deepening this connection and making it more real. Okay. I'm gonna get cards from my next oracle deck that I've planned for you guys. But I definitely do feel like I should take a break and actually get some sips of hot water before I continue. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, although for you it's not going to be like a big interruption because I'm going to edit and club together these different clips. But thank you so much for bearing with me as I'm struggling to speak. I decided that I'm still going to, of course, like finish this reading, but talk in a softer voice and see if that helps, because my throat is really acting up. But here we go. Let's look at the other oracle deck and draw some cards from there. If you can notice, I did light the tea light, a fresh one. So yeah, let's see. Hope this goes smoothly without me needing to take any water breaks or coughing or potentially annoying some of you. So thanks for bearing with me. I hope the reading is worth it. So we have this card, and there is look at that energy of new beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So yeah, like I was saying with the Fool energy, I feel like some of you are really headed towards a new beginning, because I feel like this person is quite passionately, intensely, and truly wanting some kind of a new start here, a more promising start, I feel like, with you and with this connection. So a complete like reshuffle of the energies between the two of you, kind of like, what we saw with the rebuild card, which is like a not the right, but a nice spin on the Tower energy. Oh, look at that. We have manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So this person might be feeling quite confident or kind of aligning themselves. Their energy is aligning, I feel like, aligning itself to this passionate dream that they have of creating something new and creating a stable relationship with you. So far it's like a very positive read and a very interesting one. Then we have freedom, And it says, oh, what's with the card? It danced off my hands. So it says there's nothing stopping you. Your path is clear if you want it to be. So again, realizing that, you know, there is an option where they can actually, you know, have what they truly want with you here, which is this Ten of Cups. I feel like happiness and a real relationship. So this is amazing, like such a positive read. So overall, your read looks awesome, and the outcome of this relationship looks really promising. Pile 2. So I feel like at this point we can even be done and be like, yeah, this is gonna work out, and you're gonna be fine, and there's a lot of progress in this relationship. But I'm gonna still, of course, keep on reading. We have trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance only. Sorry, once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So Spirit is kind of acknowledging, you know, that there might be certain challenges, but I feel like both for you and your person, you're being asked to trust that it's, you know, going to be the right outcome. And I think your person is kind of exercising this emotion of trust, trusting in the outcome, or the positive outcome that they want from this connection. And this one says, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances that you currently find yourself in. Like I said, I was getting the idea that a lot of like circumstances around this connection might be the kinds that are working against you, not so favorable. But I feel like slowly this is approaching an energy of really understanding that it is about just opening that door and allowing for this joy to step in and build a solid foundation, and basically allowing yourself to, giving yourself permission to go into something that your heart is already calling you for. Okay, so let's look more, one last oracle deck and a few messages from that. So what is your person's energy in this connection? What is the energy of this connection? Whoops. We have very soon clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So whatever changes and plans that they are working on or hoping to act on, this is the Eight of Wands energy, like the fast moving energy. I feel like things are aligning very soon, and things are happening sooner than you would expect. So that is great news. And yeah, that's what I was gonna say, that I'm still gonna, like, this is such a positive read, and I feel like, you know, while it's kind of unnecessary to look more into the energy, I feel like the more clarity and confirmation we keep getting, it's kind of cool to read into that. So again, we have the energy of trust, and this situation is calling for you to have faith. So hang in there, pile 2, if you have doubts or if you're like confused and wondering, which, by the way, in your energy check-in, I did see, you know, maybe you are going through an inner conflict. I would say for this one, hang on. I would never ask you to wait and stick around for something. And if you still feel like you want to move on, which I doubt, but there might be one of you watching this where you're going like, no, I'm done with this, and that's fine too. But for most of you, I feel like I want to say, hang on. We have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So maybe your careers or their career might be getting in the way. Something to do with your career, I feel like, is a temporary blockage, but a blockage nonetheless. For some of you, let's see more. We have the energy of unrequited love, so you might be, you know, like, wondering if this would remain unrequited, or maybe this is something, like I said, I was getting that for some of you, where you have split path and like went your separate ways, and maybe this is an unrequited love for you, but it's definitely gonna improve, change, and make a comeback. So temporary energy, I feel like, not something that will stay the same for a very long time, even though you both might feel like you are each other's unrequited love, or wondering like if you would become one. We have attraction. Okay, so yeah, they are attracted to you. Yes, you give them a lot of happiness. There's a lot of joy, passion. So yeah, that is all. But overall, like I said, a very positive vibe, a very positive outcome from this read, and sincerely hope that it helped you as well. And yeah, that is all I have for you, pile 2. Consider leaving this video a like if this reading helped you in any way, big or small, and consider subscribing and staying back for more future readings to come. So yeah, I'll connect with you very soon. Take care. Bye. Hi pile 3, so this is for those of you that resonated with the white scholarcite crystal and this card, Daisy, and the keywords are be yourself. So as it is, you know, fairly obvious from the card itself, and it's very self-explanatory, be yourself is all about authenticity and learning to love yourself and appreciate yourself, appreciate your differences. Sorry about that. I am still, by the way, I'm still battling a flu that I'm just kind of getting out of, so there will be sniffling and coughing in the video, and I apologize in advance if that's going to be something that is annoying for you, but hopefully the reading will be worth all the trouble. So yeah, as I was saying, this card is all about appreciating your uniqueness and appreciating your differences, difference from the other people around you, your uniqueness, and just starting confident in who you are. So we are going to see how the energy of this card applies to your overall reading, and if it does, sometimes it doesn't. But if you skipped or missed the intro, one of the things I wanted to let you know, of course, is about the fact that I'm not doing so well when it comes to my health. I still am getting out of the flu. Hold on one second, let me move my reading space a little bit. There you go. I'm still coming out of a flu, so you know, the sniffles, the coughing, I can't help it. And secondly, about the energy check-in, yeah, focus Indy. So this reading is going to start with an energy check-in, and let this energy check-in be an indicator of whether you have selected the right pile or not, or if a different pile is one that you should be looking at. And basically what I'm going to, the question that I'll ask for the energy check-in is look at your thoughts and your feelings towards the person. So given where you are at in this connection, the type of connection that you have with this person, it will come up at, like, your thoughts should come up in the energy check-in. So either your thoughts and feelings towards the person, or your thoughts and feelings about the connection. Okay, so let's start with your thoughts and feelings, pile 3. We're starting with the World, then we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the reversed King of Pentacles, we have the Four of Cups, we have Death, and bottom of the deck energy, which how I look at it is that it kind of, this card will summarize the energy of the entire spread and kind of give me the overall gist. That is the Five of Cups. Okay, so there's a lot of sadness here, a lot of disappointment, and I sincerely hope that you're doing okay, pile 3, or at least I would say doing okay and moved away from this connection, because here's the thing, I'm getting that for most of you, this is a connection that has ended, or something that you are considering getting out of, okay? If you have already ended things with the person, then I certainly hope that there has been sufficient amount of time that has passed between then and now for you to have recovered from this state of Five of Cups, which, by the way, Five of Cups is completely feeling very negative, and that is because of having experienced loss or disappointment, okay? Just feeling that exhaustion which comes from sometimes, you know, realizing that something was a waste of time, or something that really didn't meet your expectations, which, by the way, from the spread I'm getting, you know, that your person might have been the one to do that. Not might, like, from this spread, what I'm getting is that your person disappointed you in a major sort of a way, and I'll get into more of the details of that in a second. But I do hope that if you guys have already cut things off with the person, then you are a little bit further ahead on your road and away from this state of mind, okay? But for those of you that are still struggling, you know, I am here, I see you, you know, I totally empathize. And yeah, so like I was saying, either this connection has ended, or it is something that you're seriously considering ending. Okay, and there are two distinct reasons that are coming up for that. One of the things is the Knight of Pentacles energy. Now, I feel like this is how you see your person, as the Knight of Pentacles and also the reverse King of Pentacles. But starting with the Knight of Pentacles, this connection might be dragging its feet. Your person might be really dragging their feet in terms of giving you any kind of like idea about, you know, where this connection is headed, or even offering you commitment, or kind of taking the next steps in this connection. And the reverse King of Pentacles is, again, you know, one of the ways in which you are viewing your person, or what they have manifested in terms of behavior within this connection. And with the reverse King of Pentacles, again, this is someone that is not very clear about the game plan, the action plan, okay? In the upright position, the King of Pentacles is actually someone who can get things done. Like, they are someone who know what they are creating, and very clear about, you know, the final picture, the overall goal, and they're also sure about the game plan and stepwise. Like, the King of Pentacles would have every step mapped out, and he or she would be extremely careful, making sure that they have this plan right, because what's important is that ultimately what this King of Pentacles is trying to achieve, the goals that they're wanting to achieve, they want them to not only manifest in the physical material world, but also be something that is, you know, grounded in reality, and it's going to stand the test of time, is going to be long term. So maybe this person has not outwardly revealed to you, but I feel like, you know, with the way they have acted in this connection, especially this Knight of Pentacles energy, like really not going anywhere, and even the progress that they are making or have been making is super slow. So that might have led you to feel very let down, very disappointed, very sad. Look at the expression on the child's face, and I like that, you know, this card came up after the reversed King of Pentacles. It's kind of like the child is looking in a very like sad and disappointed way at that reversed King of Pentacles. So I feel like this person has really let you down and made you feel like, you know, they're not going to do anything. They don't know what they want. And maybe you have had your hopes up for a while, but it almost to me feels like it has reached a point in your mind, at least, where even if this person steps up and, you know, does something, or like say talks about their plans, or I feel like this person's words don't mean anything anymore to you. Okay, you want to see action. You want to see them doing things, like, you know, the saying that says, you know, like, your words, you can say 1,000 words, but your actions will prove, you know, where you are at, or actions are everything. So I'm getting that kind of an energy that it doesn't matter like what you see on the outside with this person. So far you have been unable to like trust them when it comes to this relationship, okay? And it's almost like, you know, there's a lot of energy of like disinterest when it comes to the Four of Cups, and it could be that you're not even like actively watching or actively waiting anymore. And even if they, as I said, even if they sort of like showed signs of like movement or said something to you or expressed something, you're not gonna jump up in joy, and you're not going to suddenly start believing them and trusting their plans and what they say, okay? So that kind of an energy I'm getting. And with the world energy and the death energy, that's why I was thinking, you know, maybe this connection is something that has ended, it is from your past, or definitely something that you are considering doing and moving towards, because it's really not going anywhere. This person has really let you down, pile 3. And, you know, as I said, with the Five of Cups energy, I do hope that you have been able to heal yourself and nurture yourself and be there for yourself in all the ways that this person has not been able to provide for you, and that you have somewhat, either completely, let's hope completely, but if not completely, even if it's like a little bit, you're out of the Five of Cups energy. I sincerely hope that for you. But let's clarify and get some greater context or in-depth messages to, or I'm sorry, in-depth messages further from the cards that we already have on the table. So what's the world energy? We have the Six of Pentacles. I feel like in this connection, you have been more of the giver, and you have given this connection so much. Oh my God. I mean, look at that. Look at the hand offering the cone full of ice cream. It's like, I think, triple scoops, or at least a double scoop. So overgiving might be one of your traits, and it might just be a trait in general, or the way you kind of act in relationships as well. But that's something that you have to identify and, like, you know, ask yourself that honest question, whether it's an ongoing repetitive kind of trait, or is it something that you did in this relationship where there is a sense that you were the one that was giving more to a connection or to a relationship rather than receiving anything from this person. And I feel like, you know, you might have realized that in a very sort of real way, and it's one of the things that's kind of now making you think that, you know, it's best to end this connection, because this person is not as invested in it as you are. So an imbalance of scales, unequal give and take, more of taking on their side and less of giving. So that's the energy that I'm getting from the Six of Pentacles. What's the Knight of Pentacles energy? We have the Fool. What's the reverse King of Pentacles energy? From the Fool card, I'm getting a couple of messages. Okay, hang on one second. So with the Fool card, either it could be that, you know, you literally notice that this person has a certain level of immaturity. I almost wanted to say that the Fool should have been like upside down, but of course I'm going to read the energy of the Fool in the context of these other cards, so it doesn't matter. It hardly matters anyway how it comes up. But I feel like there are two messages, and both of them could be applicable, or one of them could be applicable to you, but some of you, I'm getting like, see your person or saw this person as literally a fool, or somebody who is acting in a way that's very immature, like not really understanding the seriousness of this relationship or your feelings, or what you have been talking to them about, and they're kind of like just skimming the surface of things and not really like the idea or your feelings or your conversation is like not grounding within this person's energy. Okay. And again, with the Fool, which is all about taking a leap into the future, that's the other message that I'm getting, that for some of you, this person was unwilling to take a chance. And I'm getting, you might sense that this person has some kind of a fear of doing that. And maybe fear is one of the reasons why they behaved in such a way, or why they remained stuck in the same position. You may or may not know what the fear might be, and that really is not important enough for this reading, I mean. But it could be one of those, like you knowing that this person is fearful and therefore like not willing to take a risk, a chance, trusting your relationship, having faith in the future. Okay, so those are the two messages, and like I said, one of them might be applicable, or two, or both are, I mean. So what's the reversed King of Pentacles energy? We have the Ace of Wands. This person really lacked the inspiration. It's literally like this card is making me, thinking of literally sparking something and, the start of something new, beginning something new. And I feel like you see that this person might literally lack that spark, or the spark is lost between the two of you, the motivation, the drive. Wands is fire energy, so which is, an energy that creates the motivation for the next steps or certain actions to happen. And I feel like you might feel that this person has kind of lost that vibe or that enthusiasm, that spark of inspiration to do something here. The spark might be lost between the two of you in this connection, and therefore like there might be a sense of disconnect when it comes to like what needs to happen in the future for the two of you. Okay, so think anything or any kind of like disruption in forward movement, creation of something new within this connection. I really feel like that is the central issue here. So what is the Four of Cups energy? What is the Four of Cups energy here? We have the Page of Wands. So with the Page of Wands, again, one of the messages that I'm getting is quite similar to what I've felt previously, and in fact it's great to see a card like Page of Wands come up. Not great for the reading, I'm sorry, but like not great for your person's energy, but great to see because it kind of like is a confirmation to a previously felt intuitive feeling about your person. Which is that, even if this person comes up with, let's say, talking about their desires, talking about, wanting to do something about this relationship and wanting to take the next steps, or they have this vision, they have this plan, you would have a very difficult time believing this person, trusting what they're saying, and trusting that they're going to act on those feelings. They're going to act on that inspiration, because I feel like this person has done those types of things before, or they have had those conversations before. Okay. The second thing I'm getting, which might be true for some of you, is a younger energy. So this person might actually be younger than you are, or if not in chronological age, it could be someone, again, that you see as very immature. But we also have that with the Fool and the Knight of Cups. I really did feel when we got those cards as well. But this could literally be someone younger than you. And again, the Page of Wands is very non-committal. This is someone that does show a spark of interest, not referring to the spark being lost, but, you know, does express an interest, does want to do something. But what does that result in terms of actual action plans and really seeing the evidence of that creation in the material world? Nothing. It's more of talk, and it's more of like ideas, but actually like having a plan to execute, or being able to show you something that this person can create based on what they felt earlier, for example. None of that is there. Okay, so it's kind of like that unreliable energy that I'm getting, which again, like I said, might be the reason for your Four of Cups, and, you know, almost like really losing your trust in this person, or not having faith in their words, and not being able to like believe them. Okay, what's the Death energy here? We have Lovers. Look at that. Oh. So this might be somebody that you were married to or are married to at this point of time, because the first thing that I noticed is this engagement ring, or is it a wedding ring? I'm not sure, but could be either or. Okay, so maybe someone that you were engaged to, were married to, or were considering a marriage and an engagement with. Maybe at one point of time you thought that, you know, this could possibly go the distance, and, you know, might result into you being, you know, in a long-term commitment with this person. And maybe some of you are also struggling with an ending, with Lovers coming up as the clarifying card for the Death card. It could be that, you know, there are parts to this connection, because traditionally the Lovers means a very deep emotional bond with someone. There is a depth to a relationship. The relationship, which is represented by the Lovers card. So it's way beyond those initial like dating phases where it's like, you know, you're just getting to know the person and it's not too deep. Here there's a lot of emotional depth, there's connection, there's a feeling of belonging. So think soulmate type of situations, not exactly soulmates, or twin flame type of situations, if not exactly that, but having the energy of those where there's an insane kind of attraction and bond that you feel with this person. And perhaps ending this relationship, or having lost this relationship, will feel very difficult for you to process. You know, the Five of Cups energy might be representing like even you thinking or considering leaving this person behind or ending this relationship because of, you know, these challenges that have come up. And that might, of course, like put you straight into a very negative, depressive state of being. So it could be a combination of those things. It could be all of those things. But certainly, you know, there's a lot of like love that you felt towards this person. And I'm really getting the sense that at one point of time, at least for a little while, if not even today and even right now, you really thought that this person and you will go the distance. Okay, and maybe that's one of the reasons why you're watching this reading, to get a sense of, you know, if your person sees a future with you, and if for whatever reason maybe you are stuck in a negative headspace and you're unable to see that possibility that they might have some kind of like plan going on in their minds, or maybe in the hearts of their hearts they still love you or they want a future with you. And it's okay, like, if you're watching the reading for that, but I'm getting like some of you potentially might be looking forward to this reading as a way to, you know, take yourself out of that funk and out of that state. And I certainly hope that is the case. Or like whatever happens in your person's reading, that the information that comes through, you're able to use it to get out of this Five of Cups energy, which is very sad, desolate, you know, like feeling really down, you know. So yeah, let's get started with the reading itself. If this energy check-in, even if most of it, if not all of it, resonated with you, then you are at the right pile. And yeah, we'll see how this fits into the overall reading and the overall message. But let's get started with the reading. So how is pile 3's person feeling towards pile 3? How is your person feeling towards you, pile 3? Oops. We have the Chariot. Okay. Okay. Hold your horses. This is for those of you like who, you know, do read tarot cards, or you somewhat understand the meanings of tarot cards. You would know that we started off with a highly positive card. Of course, it's like one that shows progress, and I'm noticing the star energy, the star symbology in the card as well. But let's see where the reading takes us. We also have the Five of Cups. Okay, so this might be true for those of you that have already sort of ended the connection and maybe are not in contact. Spirit is kind of showing us that they are also feeling quite sad and depressed, and more specifically, Five of Cups is kind of like that state of mind where you might tend to focus more on the negatives or the problems than the positives of a situation. Oh, we have the Sun. Okay. How is your person feeling towards you? How is your person feeling towards you, pile 3? I wanted the top card, but 2 came up. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so I feel like, you know, with the Sun and Queen of Wands, there's definitely a great amount of attraction that they still feel towards you. There's admiration. With the Sun energy, your person might literally feel like you are their happiness. Okay, I'm noticing how the Queen of Wands is sitting with the star in her hand, and that to me, the star symbology is all about hope, about healing. So I feel like, you know, this relationship in some ways definitely does heal your person, and I kind of feel like they view you as somebody who holds the key to the future. Okay, it would be interesting to see what that Five of Cups energy is about. I'm going to draw 5 cards in total on the top row, and then we're going to clarify each of the cards. There's definitely some sadness here and a negative mindset, but there's a lot of positive too. Definitely a desire to make progress. I feel like this person has to step into their power somehow, which might not be the case right now. Okay, like the ability to, as I said, or what we saw in your energy check-in, like your person is not really rising up to the occasion and like taking a stand with, you know, what they want to do next, or like being confident enough for that next step or next direction that they want the connection to head into. And I feel like there's a need for a person to see themselves as capable of taking that action. But what might be happening is them being sad, or like, you know, nursing some kind of a pain, whether it's coming from this relationship. But this is also very like naysaying negative mindset, where it's, like I said, an inability to look at the positive and be more focused on the negatives or the sadness, or, you know, the potential sadness that you guys might encounter. But there's also a lot of happiness with the sun, so I feel like they see you as their joy, a lot of attraction to you. Interesting energy so far. So we have the reversed Queen of Cups. I feel like your person is not in a place mentally, emotionally, to be able to deal with, you know, your love, the love that you offer, and especially more so, you know, the emotions that you might be showing at this time, or might have shown, or sort of like the emotional demands, if you will, without like making it sound wrong, or, you know, a negative thing that you might be doing on your part, like making emotional demands. But, you know, I'm noticing how this Queen of Cups is extending a cup full of love, but there's also that reciprocity that the Queen is kind of expecting. You know, fill my cup with your love, or something like that. Like that's very something very sappy about this Queen of Cups, especially with the Queen of Cups coming up in reverse. So I feel like your person is either not ready at this time, or just not the kind of person who would be able to, or is very receptive to that kind of energy, if that makes sense, okay? Which is very funny, because, you know, usually like when we are in a state of emotional happiness and balance, we are able to handle like the sappy parts of love and, you know, the emotional bonding. But it could be that this person more so enjoys the Queen of Wands kind of aura that you put out, which is, you know, you being dynamic and sexy and powerful and in control and in charge. And I feel like they like to see more of that and less of you trying to talk about your emotions, or like become more vulnerable. You know, that might be somewhat repellent for your person, which is a huge thumbs down for me if that is the case. That behavior, that is not your person. But it's just like, it's so frustrating, because you know, sometimes some people are so stuck in their masculine energy that it's very difficult for any kind of emotional vulnerability, or any room for getting them to open up even about their feelings. You know what I mean? Like, I know this person is going through a tough time with the Five of Cups, but I wouldn't be surprised if they, you know, don't speak about it with you or with anyone else. Okay? I feel like this person, you know, now I'm sort of like looking at the sun, and I'm, you know, also thinking that this person mostly has an outwardly like a very cheery attitude, or a positive one, or at least like they want to always come across as, you know, someone who's, if not ecstatically happy and like going crazy with happiness, someone who is very much in balance with their emotions, you know. Also with the Chariot, I feel like this person wants to view themselves, or they want the world to see themselves as this confident, cool, collected human being who is completely in control and in charge of their life and driving their chariot or what have you, whatever else they drive, knowing what direction they're headed in. And emotional vulnerability, that could be a problem. And sometimes the sun can also, so many layers to this reading, wow. The sun can also talk about toxic positivity, by the way. So in order to like, for people especially who have a challenge, who are challenged in the area of, you know, emotional vulnerability, even within themselves, let alone in relationships or with other people, one of the ways that they might dysfunctionally deal with any kind of like negative or down phase of life is, you know, telling themselves everything is positive, or you know how even though you're feeling very low, you're supposed to tell yourself that everything is hunky-dory and everything is great. That's toxic positivity to the T. And I feel like that could be potentially one of the problems with your person as well. Okay, so interesting energy here, lots of layers. Let's clarify these cards. What's the Chariot energy? Spirit, can you please tell us more about the Chariot energy for pile 3's person? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I laughed because, you know, like I said, outwardly this person, well, that's the kind of like image they want to portray, the Chariot, that is what I just talked about a few seconds ago, that they want to come across as like very sure of where they're going. But I think underneath it all, this person is actually a Knight of Pentacles, a very slow-moving energy. Not that, you know, even with this Knight of Pentacles as the charioteer, the one who's driving the chariot, it's not like the chariot won't progress, but the progress will be very, very slow, okay? Because the Knight of Pentacles is, you know, somebody who is careful and maybe too careful for their own good. And I always like that in all the renditions, almost all the renditions of the Knight of Pentacles, it's heavily armored. So I always associate that with fear because, you know, imagine having that kind of temperament where you want to know exactly, not just know, want to know exactly what your next steps should be, what would happen if you took those steps, what the consequences of those actions would be, and like wanting to know everything right from the start. And if we break that down or we take a deeper look inside such a person's psyche, it's fueled by fear, you know? So I always, like, in my mind, the Knight of Pentacles, to me, has always been a little bit fearful. And although the Knight may really do a very good job of masking this, you know, fear that they feel inside, or uncertainty, unable to handle uncertainty about the future, they might be masking it under the guise of them being like very super organized and like careful and, oh, I'm such a planner and like reliable and whatnot. But underneath it all, there is a lot of fear, you know. I've always felt that with the Knight of Pentacles. So again, with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like that's exactly what Spirit is trying to show us. And I think this is the truth of this person. This also might be a shadow truth, because I feel like, you know, they're always facing the sun, and that's awesome for, you know, a certain period of time, but complete and whole, you know, experience of life comes with the integration of our shadows as well as like our light aspects. And this person might literally see their slow movement as like a positive thing. But anyways, we are also talking about how they feel about you, right? So again, we have the Knight of Pentacles, very unsure. Excuse me. Oh my God. Sorry about that. I don't know where that burp came from. Maybe I'm talking too much and literally swallowing a lot of air. Oh. So, the Knight of Pentacles could be, like I said, this person moving very slow and again wanting to know the answers or like some information about the future before they are able to make any progress. I feel like the Knight of Pentacles would need a lot more surety. As I said, like he wants to know, he or she wants to know everything that's going to come up. Okay, so that's the type of energy I'm getting. Hold on, I just need a sip of water. So let's see some more. What's the Five of Cups energy? What's the Five of Cups energy? We have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is mental confusion. And I feel like it's possible that these two feelings coexist, okay, side by side, but there's also like a, what do you call it? What's the word? I'm not getting, like you can't really distinguish between like what's coming out of what, you know what I mean? Like the Five of Cups, as I said, is a negative state of mind and a tendency to look for the negative or, you know, kind of find yourself caught in that headspace where you are only focused on what's lost or what could be potentially lost. This could be like actual pain or imagined pain of the future. So that might be contributing to their confusion about the situation, about you, about the relationship. But there's also one thing about the Two of Swords that has to be noted alongside that. Well, not so much in this rendition of the card. And actually this rendition is quite a funny one, in my opinion, with the crocodile and the like, is it an alligator or a crocodile? I still don't know the difference between the two, to be honest with you, but the expression, it's almost like mocking the Two of Swords energy, but another thing that goes with the Two of Swords is an inability to see the full picture, okay? And that's because in most renditions, not this funny one, the eyes are blindfolded. I don't know if you remember the Rider-Waite or if you've seen it before, which, by the way, I kind of always expect that everybody that is watching these readings are like already familiar with the tarot cards, which might not always be the case indeed. But yeah, in most renditions, the character that is holding the two swords, they have their eyes blindfolded. So a part of the meaning of the Two of Swords is that inability, not able to see things clearly and therefore not able to decide. But you know what, for the person, it would be very easy to take the blindfold off, and then it's like they would know clearly like what to do, how to choose between option one and option two, path A, path B. And I feel like, you know, the state of mind that they might temporarily be in, or maybe this is, you know, just a part of how they respond to challenges. And yes, in this context being the challenges within this connection, they just might have that general sort of knee-jerk reaction of like being more negative than positive, and therefore that is why, you know, they feel this confusion, the clouds of confusion towards you or the future of this connection or what have you. It will be so interesting to look at the larger context for the sun energy or to understand it in a deeper way. So what is this sun energy, Spirit? What is the sun energy? oh, whoops. We have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, it is the toxic positivity. Okay, so Spirit is kind of confirming, well, it also could be that, there are certain positive things about this connection, like what I was getting, they still stand true. Like, it doesn't negate what I said previously. Sometimes, like, as we peel the layers of a tarot card, there are so many different, like, messages that intuitively jump out, but all of those messages, I still stand by what I said, and they both could be true at the same time. And even more so, like in a general reading, as I said, sometimes some messages, they don't make sense at all. So take only those messages that make sense here, okay? But yeah, most of it is coming from, lying to themselves. So Seven of Swords is typically deceit, not telling the truth, self-sabotage, and more often than not, like I would say 99% of the times, this kind of energy is self-directed. So it's literally like you have a blind spot and you're lying to yourself about something. You're not willing to admit the truth, and it could very well be what I was getting from the energy check-in, where it's like you might know that about your person, that they cannot take things like seriously or go beyond the surface level. So it's almost like this person is blocking it. Like, look at the image, or how the Seven of Swords is represented. It's almost like this creature. What kind of creature is it? A beaver? Not sure. But this creature is kind of built a fence or a wall in front of itself with all those crisscrossing swords. So, yeah, this is self-denial. This is, them being in la la land, telling themselves, like, everything is great, everything is okay. Things are okay between me and pile 3, and not realizing that, maybe they don't even realize their mistakes. So, if this is a person in your past right now, it's almost like they don't see their mistakes, or they might be, like I said, willful blindness, not willing to see, and sort of just glossing over it and telling themselves everything is perfect and everything is all right. Whatever way, like, soothes their weak minds. Or if this is somebody that you are in a relationship right now and, like, very confused, as was the case with your energy check-in, not really sure, like, what is this person's deal, like, why aren't they taking you seriously? It could be like they are not capable of that, okay? And this is where they align themselves, that, yeah, I don't need to really take things as, things are not as bad as pile 3 is saying. Maybe, like, some of you have tried to talk to this person, but I can see this person, like, again, glossing over that conversation as well. Okay, so what is this Queen of Wands energy? I don't know if Queen of Wands is still just about, like, finding you super hot, attractive, or is there a deeper layer to this that I have missed previously? What is the Queen of Wands energy? We have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so I still feel that this person does find you very attractive, and especially for those of you that are still in this relationship and have not, like, ended it, but kind of thinking of ending it, I kind of feel like this person would be very hesitant to let you go, okay? And I'm almost getting, they want to keep you around for as long as possible. And it's also possible that you have been very patient with this person, and that might have given them this false sense of, you know, absolute stardom in their minds as being a star in your life or something, that you're not going to let them go anywhere. You're going to wait around. Okay, so it could be both of those feelings or one of those. Either them wanting to like not let you go, or, you know, do something about it and like kind of keep you around, or knowing that you will always be around because you have been quite patient, giving, kind in this relationship. So it's almost like there's a little bit of like taking you for granted, but at the same time they feel attracted to you too. Quite complex, but yeah, both those things can coexist. So what's the reversed? Oh, why am I shuffling it this way? That's the right way. So what's the reversed Queen of Cups? Oh my God. I kind of feel like this is what the reversed Queen of Cups energy would be like, all over the place. But we have the Three of Wands that kind of flipped over. So with the Three of Wands, I feel like, you know, this is all about the future. So it could literally be, bottom of the deck, we have Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, this is about like long-term commitment being the issue here. And your person, I think they're trying to figure out whether like a long-term commitment is in the cards for you guys, or something that they are up for. Okay, because Ten of Pentacles is long-term commitment, stable relationship, and the Three of Wands is all about future. But I feel like what gives them a pause is their own inability to deal with your emotional side, or the complicated emotions, or just knowing that they might have even pushed you to this embittered like emotional state where, you know, they have hurt you and disappointed you, which I already saw from the energy check-in. So there might be some hesitation around this next step. Or like Three of Wands is, you know, one card behind the Four of Wands, which is laying the foundation and stability, security. So this is, you know, all about expansion. And I feel like this person might be considering whether you are the one who they want in their lives now. Should they welcome you into their lives completely and totally to create this Ten of Pentacles? For some of you, this could also be, of course, like reopening the door. And the state that, the emotional state that they might have pushed you into could be the reason why they are hesitant and they stop. But let's see, very interesting energy. Let's get some oracle messages for you. Which deck do I want to go to? Okay, this one. I just forgot the order of decks because the order in which I bring in the oracle deck status, because I did part one, or sorry, pile 1 and pile 2 yesterday night, and this is on a different night following it. So anyways, I do remember and know the order now, so all good. Let's see, what is your person's energy right now towards you, towards this connection? We have the Five of Wands, which is win or lose. This is conflict, feeling conflicted. It's almost like they can't follow one single thought and like see that thought to completion. It's like thinking too many things. It's almost, I want to say, like they're triggered or something. Feels like because of like being in this emotional state, or just this relationship and this connection might be something that is triggering for your person to even think about. We have the third eye chakra, okay. Oops. So the third eye chakra has got to do with our intuition, and I find it interesting that it came up on the Two of Swords card, which is, mental confusion. And again, as I said, in most of the renditions of this card, the two eyes are blindfolded. Third eye chakra is, trying to see things from a different perspective and trying to go beyond the obvious. So I feel like this person is making an effort to work through their confusion, okay, at this point of time. Because when we were talking about the Three of Wands, and I kind of felt like this person is considering long-term commitment with you. One of the obvious logical questions that answers that I wanted to get was to the question of, what they actually do, whether they actually open that door or not. Like, what would they decide, right? So I was hoping, like, rest of the oracle cards, that we still have 2 more decks to go through, with 5 cards each from the decks, just to give you a heads up, because we are already at 54 minutes. But I hope you enjoy long readings. I'm certainly enjoying this one. What was I saying? Yeah, so your person, it's good to see that they're trying to, like, navigate this conflict, this confusion that they feel by viewing things in a more sensitive way, or like seeing beyond what's obvious. So there's some figuring out, some deep thinking going on here, and this person might also be going through awakening, okay? Maybe they're being led to one, or they're going through one right now, and of course for each one of you watching this reading, it's going to be different, but something to do with, like, seeing things more clearly is what I'm getting. So what's your person's energy at this time? We have observe. This is Hanged Man. Yeah, so this is also about, not so much about action, but learning from, just observation. Now, this observation could be of the self, but it also could be, observing life unfold around them, or observing you from afar. And I feel like this person is in the process of making up their minds and working up the courage to make the comeback. Look at that. We have the Lover's energy. So certainly it's still feeling very connected to you as you do with them. That is mutually shared, because we have the Lover's energy in your energy check-in as well. So that's good to see that they feel just as emotionally close and connected to you as you do. So, and love is that is a powerful, I feel like, driving force for this person. As you can see, these 2 people are holding hands, and there are 2 vines that are growing out of the ground. Sorry for using my ring finger weirdly to demonstrate the upward motion, but just land up the way I'm holding the card. But yeah, there's stuff happening. There's growth happening between the 2 of them. So that's positive. We have confront. This is the moon energy. Yeah, this person is certainly going through some self-reflection, difficult time in, like, understanding themselves, facing their shadows. And it's good to see this, because I don't know if you recall when I was, like, talking about your tarot spread, that this person mostly faces the sun, and they might even get themselves to this place of, being falsely positive. But I feel like whatever is going on in this relationship is leading to this person seeing things differently, awakening. Yeah, it's really good to see. So gaining more wisdom, and that's going to help them decide, I feel like, to change and to actually make a move. So the most positive thing about this reading is, or one that encourages me the most, is to see that the person is evolving. They are changing. We have trust. Look at that. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Only once you accept the current situation, it automatically will transform. So I feel like they might be, kind of in that place where they are trusting the universe, trusting themselves, trusting the connection. And again, this can be quite passive, or you can trust from a passive state of being, because with the Hanged Man, I'm not getting a lot of action. But yeah, underneath it all is trust, passion. Again, feeling a pull towards you. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at the present. The Queen of Wands energy and the love energy. So you're certainly not off their minds, and especially for those of you that are not in contact and are wondering about whether this person has moved on or forgotten all about you. Absolutely not. No, no, no. In fact, I feel like this person is getting ready for a comeback, or there's this relationship is bound to, you guys are bound to reconnect. I feel like now, I don't know whether, by the time they come back, for each and every one of you, if you would be in that place where you actually would want to do something about it. Most of you, I feel like yes, but I can't predict for each and every one of you. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is deep as the ocean. So really deep feelings for you, pile 3. This person is growing up, and like I said, the feelings of love, the genuine feelings of love that they feel for you, I feel like is really transforming this person. We have sexual union, honor the place in one another where you are an eternal soul, for there you'll find true bliss. But you know what, I'm getting more of the sexual part of the message, where it's like, again, attraction to you and wanting you around. And I saw that with your tarot spread as well. Okay, so let's make this last 5 messages or 5 cards from the 3rd oracle deck a little bit quicker, because it's already been an hour. For those of you that are still here and did resonate and enjoy this read, please let me know in the comments below. I want to know if anybody is watching at that 1 hour mark. I feel like after this point, I'm talking to a wall. But look at that, heart-to-heart conversation. So definitely that's going to happen. As I was saying, this is leading to either like more closeness or rekindling, like a comeback. The person might be desiring a heart-to-heart conversation at this point of time. We have you deserve love. This could be a feeling that, your person might have struggled in the past, because we have the moon energy, and the moon can sometimes, talk about our past traumas and insecurities and any kind of like negative self-beliefs as well. And what's interesting is, every time I see, this rendition of the moon card, we have a person that's confronting a shadow, but the shadow is that of a child. So this can talk about past wounds, and maybe they have felt like they don't deserve love, but they're getting close to really truly believing that they are lovable and they deserve love. And once that feeling gets established, things flow so fast, it's magical. So it could be that they are working on healing and self-healing and also manifestation. I feel like we have getting to know each other. So as I said, your connection, I feel like, is about to deepen with this person. It's almost like there will be more closeness than ever before in this relationship. So such a positive read. And I feel like, with such a kind of positive energy being repeated in so many cards, like literally Spirit is trying to tell us the same thing, but in like 500 different ways. I feel like even though you feel let down by this person or have in the past, you will also get to a place where you will somehow believe what they're saying, you know? Oh, but we have deception. Maybe I spoke too soon. No, but I feel like deception might be, again, talking about this person still struggling to be honest with you because, you know, the words say someone is still wearing a mask, false self mask in this relationship. So I feel like completely being honest with you will be a process and not something that's going to happen instantaneously. It will be like with this person, it will be like peeling layers of an onion or something and getting to the core. Bottom of the deck, look at that. We have soulmates. Oops. And this card jumped off, so I'm going to put it unrequited love. So for some of you, you might see this person as your unrequited love, or maybe you are fearing that that's the possibility. Maybe they fear that, okay? So yeah. But for most of you, I'm not getting that energy. In fact, I'm getting the energy of things improving. But their belief that, you know, this might be an unrequited love situation might be affecting their energy right now. I hope that made sense. Okay, so thank you for staying with me for 1 hour, 42 minutes, 43 minutes. Thank you so much for being here, Pile 3. Leave this video a like, definitely, if you're watching up until this point. At least, you know, let me know. Leave a like, share a comment or something. Any kind of activity you do on the video, any kind of love you show definitely helps. And consider subscribing and staying back for more future readings to come. And yeah, I'll connect with you very soon. Bye.